Okay, so I came to this cafe to do two things, but I forgot to bring one of them with me, that being the book I was going to read and maybe get back to doing some designing, some creation of parts of the game for the first time in a little while. It's just been skating around in my head, but since I don't have the book with me, I will just going to go through the idea that I have for the goaltender for this game. And I'll try to, I'll use this part of the page even though it isn't really practical because it's closer to the camera. I don't really know if a better setup again. I'm in public, want to keep this, I'm trying to be spontaneous. Anyway, so the goaltender is going to be basically a 6x6 grid. I'll leave a little more space going across, and I might use a different color as well. And I think on the card itself, the plan would be maybe black and white. Here I will use black and blue. But basically, I'm going to grade goaltenders across the grid on a couple of things, for which I also have dice. And here are the 7. can double as a paperweight. You can't really see them though, so can't win. So the plan for the goaltender, I'm going to give them a grade on their ability to save the puck. It's going to go from 0 to 4. 0 meaning they let in a dud. 4 meaning they make an outstanding save on practically everything, unless it's like the most dynamic play from a skater ever. The most outstanding or excellent play from a skater ever. So these are the most visible and probably the fastest to add up. And I'll actually remove my mask as I'm talking about this. So basically, like, this is an 8, and so the way that it would work, I should actually write this out to remind myself. So for the 0 to 4 on the goaltender's ability to stop the puck, if I roll a 2 or a 3, they're given the grade of 0. If it's a 4 or a 5, it's a 1. 6 to 8, so perfectly average. Again, there's going to be a lot within the average. 9 and 10, those values would be a rating of 3, and then 11 and 12 would be a 4. So this goaltender, and this will be a lot of them. Again, I want some disparity, but not too much, so 2. And then what I was thinking, and maybe I'll illustrate this here as well, and this is all subject to change, of course. Sorry about the noise. Kind of, not really. I prefer being outside for these for whatever reason. So I'm thinking either F for face-off or maybe FPS play stoppage. And that would be also in values of 6 to 8 rolled. And then for 2 to 5, it will be, I guess, maybe possession. And let's say 9 to 12. 9 to 12, don't know what that is. Came from the awning up above. Anyway, I'm sure it won't kill me. So from here, or at least I would hope it wouldn't. Rebound. So 9 to 12, again, not sure how visible that is, but 9 to 12 is a rebound. And 6 to 8 would be face-off or play stoppage, because, again, maybe the puck, deflected up and out of play, that sort of thing. So over here we have 2, and if we roll the 2d6 again, this time is a 6, so I'm going to say 2. We'll just go with PS, because yes, a play stoppage could be a face-off or it could be something else. So I've rolled a 7, and so maybe what I do is I just go across the card. This is another 2, and with this roll of a 5, this is going to be a 2 and then possession. So I'm just going to roll and give that team possession in the following roll, obviously. Now this is a 0, so basically anytime that the goalie rolls a 13 on the 2d6, the puck is going in. It's going to be a Mike Condon surrendering to Derek Stepan. The immortal puck clear from the back end blue line of doom or whatever. So anyway, and then roll the 2d6 again. So this is going to be a rebound. So come to think of it, this one might even be a little self-defeating, although, because its shot minimum basically is a 1. Actually no. Thanks to a little mod that I made yesterday that I might not get into in this video, or else this video will be way too long, this actually would be possible. So we'll go with that. So another 2 here, and with that, so it's going to be 2 and a possible rebound there with the 6 and 5. Another 2, and that's going to be, again, so 2, and this will be a play stoppage. This is going to be another 2 because the 6 to 8 value, and the 9, this will be a rebound, possible rebound on an average save. So far only 0s and 2s, this being no exception. We have a 2 and this would be a play stoppage. So 21 will generate the same as 11 and 8, so another 2, perfectly average goalie here. And again, maybe this means that I have to modify this, but again, this is I would have to do this hundreds or that even thousands of times to make a final decision on that, I think. So this is actually going to be a 3 this time, and the 3 but a possible rebound. So a really good save, but maybe a rebound. That's something else I should keep in mind, actually, is with the 3s and the 4s, maybe I should modify it so that a rebound is more likely. It would be a bit complicated if I did that, but I might want to assign these 3 values separately. And I could call these outcomes. I'm overusing the word values here. So these 3 outcomes from a possible save. It could be that if the goalie's making a save value of 4, well, okay, they've made the save, but maybe they're a little more likely down and out after that and giving up a rebound. And so maybe even after a great save, as tragically will often happen, tragically if you're a goaltender, and from that point of view, then you could be down and out and just have absolutely no chance on the follow-up, and the defensive left you out to dry, or hung out to dry or whatever. So anyway, 3, oh wait, the 5 and 2, maybe we'll count that roll. So we're going to see another 2 play stoppage. This is going to be a save value of 3 again, and that was a 4 and a 6 there. So we're looking at another possible rebound. Could we have a goaltender who gives up a few too many of them? Another 2. It's funny, I don't have any 1s or 4s yet. Possible rebound. I'm getting the outlier rolls and the follow-ups here. So 3, that's going to be a save value of 3, and that's going to be a possible rebound. And again, the rebound, the opposition won't necessarily get it. Another save value of 3. It's and then that's going to be a play stoppage. It is possible. And I remember looking a little while ago, actually, at goaltenders' rates, and it would differ, obviously, from goalie to goalie, but rates of forcing a play stoppage either by covering the puck, freezing the puck, and or the puck just going up and out of play, which, again, I know the shooter's accuracy and just the shooter's whatever would factor in there as well. So I'm going to say this 2 play stoppage. Can't remember if I rolled the dice twice or not. Here's another 2, and here's another play stoppage. And again, sorry if this is getting a bit tedious. You can always, flick ahead. So 2 play stoppage, 3, and that's going to be a possession. Haven't had one of those in a while. So 3 and a possession. The likelihood would be the same as a rebound. Here's a 4. So if this goalie rolls 42, this goalie is stopping practically everything and also forcing a play stoppage. Which another thing too, a big dynamic save. I mean, the goalie, should there not be a rebound there? So maybe possession is, it's hard to say. I go back to kind of liking where I have it already in that case. So this is 2 and a possession. And this is all tentative. So this is 2. I mean, in terms of the actual values and numbers. I'm just basically rolling out the idea that I had here. This would be another 2 and a possession. This is going to be a 3 and a play stoppage. This is just going to be a 1. That's the first one, actually. And a possession. So it gets a piece of it, and luckily the defender is going to be in possession of it after. This is another 2. And this is going to be another possession. So finally we're getting some possessions rolled out. They looked a little low early on. This will be a 3. And at the same time, one might argue that this will make all the goalies kind of perfectly average or close enough to it. But at the same time, there will be enough I got to double check if it's individuation or individualization. Maybe both could apply here, that I'm looking for the goaltender. Because, for instance, a roll of 36, I mean, it's probably going to be different on every single goalie. So it's going to force you to check that goalie, assess that goalie individually every time with every roll. So this is a lowly 1 save value. He doesn't have too many of those so far. I should say, since my first league, sorry about that, since my first league is going to be a women's league. 2 and a play stoppage. This is going to be a value of 0, and that's going to be rebound. So, much like a roll of 13, a roll of 55, not really good. Any rolls in the 50s, actually, for this goalie will be weaker, though they would manage the play stoppage there with a roll of 56. So this is another 2, and that's going to be a play stoppage. This is another 2, and that's going to be a possible rebound. Or is a rebound. Oh, yeah, possible rebound, because, again, this is a 0. The defense will have the chance. 0 and a rebound, so a few of these. where if the goalie's even lucky enough, not necessarily even to make the save, but to have the puck not go in, basically the goalie is completely out of position in her or his attempt to nab the puck. However, maybe the player simultaneously fans on the shot. So I don't know if Steve Dangle would call that a double dang it. Let's see here. So 2 for the final value, and that'd be a possible rebound again. Because the rebound, what it's going to come down to, I think, is just loose puck, defense versus offense. And with the offense and with the loose pucks, and you would think, well, how's there going to be a possible outstanding follow-up for the offense then? I might even modify it actually so in a rebound situation, the offense is favored because, of course, the defense could get possession, but then when they try to take it away, could then have the puck taken away from them. So, that's a possibility too. Again, there's so many things to consider, myriad considerations. And that's definitely one big reason why I have so much respect for anyone, including, as I found out this morning, Gary Brown, though I already knew of that, but anyone who's attempting to design a hockey game or any sports simulation game or any game for that matter, start to finish. I think it's commendable, it's respectable, and whether or not it turns out the way that you like or that others may or may not like or the way that you had intended it to, full marks for going at it and going about it, because I found out myself in the past 2+ years that, at least for me, it's certainly not easy to do. So anyway, so this is going to be the Goalie 6x6 grid, and I just wanted to point out, because I've had a couple of comments about the 4th Street, and I've seen again, I have 4th Street Easy, and I've seen Peter Miller's videos on 4th Street Hockey, and so because he has a couple of them. And so that was never, what I intended for, my goalie mechanic. I think, as you can see, yes, it uses a 6x6. A lot of games, your inside pitch, your replay basketball, and other replay sports games, a 6x6 is hardly uncommon. I think it's hardly anything that can be patented, trademarked, copyrighted, or whatever. But also, as I think you can see, this, I would argue, differs quite sharply or starkly, even speaking from a lack of experience, playing, a whole lot of 4th Street or whatever, from the, the color coding, the different colors, for different shot qualities and things like that. There's a little bit of that here because, yes, it is dually dependent on the goalie's ability to make the save and the player's shot ability. However, this is not any indication of where in the net the shot is going. As far as I'm concerned, all goalies don't like high glove. It's like, a fight. It's like, what fighter likes a punch to the liver? The answer is none. He's weak there. Yeah, every fighter is. Every goalie is probably weaker high glove than they are, other ends, other areas of the net. So there's probably a few other things. Like, again, I would have to calculate a goalie's penalty and injury, and for that, there's this game called Impact Play Hockey, and I might actually steal wholeheartedly from this Hockey Unreal fella and his game Impact Play Hockey when it comes to the penalty injury, because I do like the penalty injury mechanic that I have going for Impact Play Hockey, so I'm not so sure if I would necessarily change a whole lot of it. I don't know if I will bother with a fight rating specifically for this game, though. I think what I might do in that event is have that being just as part of the penalty. If the player is more susceptible to taking a major penalty, then maybe it also means that they're a little bit more prone to getting into a fight at the same time. So anyway, this one's coming up on 15 minutes, and again, I realize it isn't the most visible. This more, hopefully anyway, we'll double. Well, I tried to say talk and double at the same time, so double came out there, but we'll double as anyway, he's really adamant about quoting the price of the order, what's about to be delivered. So anyway, it's going to be a talk video amid the chaos. So all right. Anyway, so as always, anytime any consideration that you give to anything like this, me just dorking out here in my little game design, while it's never expected, it's certainly always appreciated. And if you're trying to design your own game, maybe it helps if I bounce stuff like this off you. I know, for instance, a while ago, checking out, I know I mentioned, hopefully Oli is not embarrassed by the number of times, Oli, that I mention you in some, of my videos, but going back a video for your baseball game that you designed that you had yet to be named. Again, I was working on a hockey game at the time, or hockey games at the time, but just something about the creative process and being able to bounce off ideas, like indirectly, one thing influencing another. Glory Days boxing, it's going to be a lame excuse here, but one reason why I've kind of stopped and held off on playing that game is I realized that, at least for some of the skater mechanics, some of what I have going is vaguely reminiscent, more than vaguely, of the Glory Days boxing matchup system, I think. And so, it is to me. And so, I don't want it to be too much like that game. It's also lamely why if you have to buy Grid Zone, though I will, because that is that inspired another hockey game that I have on the go, though on the back burner. If not gotten to that one in a while. But yeah, the penalty injury, probably similarly, I guess, since I introduced it. So this goaltender won't take a lot of penalties here. I would say the penalty rating. Actually, I am going to hold off on that because I am going to do that. I said that I'm going to steal it from Impact Play, but I'm going to walk that back a little because I do actually have a similar but also kind of different idea for the penalty and injuries. The one similarity, there will be ABC grades, maybe even a D if I feel like there's not enough differentiation, but probably ABC will be sufficient, at least again for early prototypes, early trials, and the early going for this. So, and I will end on that note. The next video that I will do for this will be play testing. It's either going to be LeBlanc, Gerhardt, one-on-one. Again, those are my first two skaters that I have designed. And this is the third time now. I have these little player cards printed out to show them off. Not that I'm satisfied with them, because I'm really not. I think the font on them is too small. I'm really a bit concerned, actually worried about what I'm going to do about that, because I want the card to be a certain size. I want it to fit the standard Korean business card holder. But at the same time, there's a lot of information that has to go on it, so there are concerns about that. I think, and I'm going to think aloud and say this now and utter this, hopefully what will be a solution is that I need to reduce the amount of space in between the numbers. Maybe I have to work with Google Slides instead of Google Sheets, and I can increase the font and also reduce the space, obviously without making things hopefully with also making things not too cluttered or too crowded. So anyway, 17 plus minutes now. So the Wayne's World stoppage, 3 endings, or at least 3 announced ones. It's time for me to get going, and I can't get back to my book, but I will certainly get to this coffee here. And yes, I doubled up on desserts because this one is new. I've not seen this one at the shop prior. So anyway, cheers, thanks, and bye for now.